During the individual long term or during your part 2, you'll be given a cue card, or what you call task card, that will contain the topic question and then some bulleted points. These are bullets. This is the topic question. And then you'll be given scratch paper or scratch papers with a pencil. Now, the examiner will read this to you, hand them over to you. So you will have the cue card, the scratch paper or papers, and a pencil before you. Now, thereafter, you'll now be given 1 minute. You'll be told you have 1 minute to prepare your response. The 1 minute, which is 60 seconds, cover the time for you to just read through this and understand it very quickly. What do you need to understand? What is this question about? Discuss a place you recently visited. This is the topic question. Describe a place you recently visited. Be sure to, these are now the bullets, be sure to say, okay, when it was, where it was, if you went alone, then an experience you had. Now, these bullets is the scope for the topic question. It simply means you are not expected to go outside this boundary in discussing this topic. So in telling me about a place you recently visited, I want to know when it was, I want to know where the place was, I want to know if you went alone, and lastly, I'd like you to discuss an experience you had, a unique experience, okay, an appetizing experience, if you allow me to say that. Now, what is the essence of your scratch paper and your pencil? You are going to take notes. It is for note taking. It is for what? For note taking. Now, remember, during the introduction, we mentioned something briefly that the IELTS examiner wants to listen to how you are able to, among other things, use related words, okay, while speaking. So what does that mean in this regard? You are expected to engage words that are relevant to the topic of discussion. So looking at this topic, discuss a place you recently visited. This is talking about visit, okay? Yeah, what are the possible keywords or phrases that can go or that is related to visit? I can do something like traveling. So visit has to do with traveling. In a way, it has to do with vacation. It has to do with vacation. It has to do with having a tour. Okay, so these are some of the words I can quickly think about in regards to this topic. So it means that I need to take note of them on my scratch paper. Okay, depending on the topic, you will have several others, right? Now, the next thing you need to take note of is actually your response. So what are the responses that you intend to give while speaking, okay? So maybe under when it was, you want to say, maybe it was during a friend's birthday, okay, around June. Obviously, if it's a friend, you should remember, and around June this year, okay? So in note-taking, you are not writing expressly. You are not writing exactly how you want to say it. You are to pen down information that will remind you of what you intend to say. So once you see birthday, 23rd June, you remember that your friend, and then you remember when it was. Okay, so that's when it was. Now I take this inside, I write it down on my scratch paper. Then I take note of the next question is where it was. Maybe I want to say it was in Lagos Island, particularly in their family house. okay, and family house, okay, yeah. Then if you went alone, obviously this is a birthday thing, you can decide to just whatever you intend to talk about are the things you are going to pen down. Okay, I went alone and met other friends there, right? Then an experience you had, maybe that was the first time you ate a particular meal, maybe, sorry, don't be shy, maybe coconut rice, for example. Okay, so these are my notes. This is going to help me when I am speaking, because during the 1 to 2 minutes I have to speak, I still have this cue card and this scratch paper before me. So as I speak, I can peek into them and they will help me to flow while speaking about the topic. At the end of the 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, then you will now be ready to give your response. You must ensure that you maximize your 60 seconds by taking appropriate notes that will help you. Even if there is something that has to do with an example you intend to talk about, you can also note it down. Okay? Yeah.